Hello everyone, welcome to Monday night. Give everyone a second to log in. But tonight we've got, joining us from Tamworth, we've got Melanie Gray, and she's come straight off the stage and come to join us tonight. So give everyone a minute. Hi Robert, hi Nick, hi Dave.
Everyone. Welcome to Monday
I wonder
night.
why that's doing that. It's repeating on me. I think my mic's for some reason. There we go. I think that's fixed it. Yep. All right. Well, welcome to the room, Melanie Gray.
Hi, how you going? Hi.
We're good, I think. I can hear you fine. I don't know if you've still got the delay, but we can hear you fine.
Oh, great. So, there's only a slight delay, but that's all good.
Excellent. Yeah, I think we fixed it. We've got a few people tuning in now. So you guys have come straight off the stage and come to chat with us tonight after your already busy time in Tamworth.
Yeah, we have. We're just from the Tamworth Songwriters Association songwriting conference.
Cool. How did everyone go? Was it a good show?
It was a great show, and we got to meet some great artists, and and we are a heat winner, so we do get to go in the finals.
A heat winner. Oh, fantastic. When are the finals?
I think the finals are on Thursday. I've got to double check what time, but I think it's Thursday afternoon.
Just make sure you get the time right.
Yeah.
Right. Don't forget that. Oh dear. Now, I want to chat to you about your recent time in Tamworth, but I just thought it might be nice to tell everyone a bit about your career and where you've come from, what you've started in music, and what got you involved in country music altogether.
Yeah, well, I guess as a kid, I've always wanted to perform. I've always been singing, and I was introduced to country music when I was quite young. I remember my mum bringing home a Gina Jeffries CD and a Graham Connors CD and Troy and Lee, and then we listened to them, and I was hooked straight away. And
Wow.
just growing up, I've always done singing all through school, and I think for being gigging professionally with Doug, actually. I was in my very first band 10 years ago. So it's 10 years of singing professionally, and now I've got a Bachelor of Music, and now I get to push my own music out. So
wow. That's 10 years, and in 2016 you released your EP in Tamworth, actually, didn't you? Yeah. So that's going so well for you.
Yeah, it's been fantastic, and since then, some of those songs on that EP, I think "Calling Me Home" was my first release, and I won a songwriting award with that through the Australian Songwriters Association. We got third place in the Australia category, and yeah, I've just been trying to pump out some more tunes since then.
Wow, you haven't stopped. Now, I know everybody's been asking me all week to ask you about your time in the academy. So tell us, you won a scholarship for that, is that right?
Yeah, so just the year in 2018, the year just gone, I entered a country music talent quest at the Royal Darwin Show. And they were offering a scholarship to the overall winner to attend the Country Music Academy down here in Tamworth. And it's quite a big fee to come down here. And so I was just blessed and honoured enough to be able to walk away with that award, and it's just been the most invaluable experience. I've met so many artists who I've looked up to in the industry my whole life, and learning from them, but getting them to call them my friends now. And I'm just hearing their stories and knowing that their paths probably haven't been that much different to mine. And I think that's been one of the biggest things I've taken away, is just validation in the direction that I'm heading with my music.
Yep, absolutely. Wow. Now, you were Team Jane, is that right?
Yes, she's amazing. She was awesome to work with. She's such a great talent herself, and she was a really good mentor. She really got alongside me and just really encouraged me. And then getting to see her in action and just having access to her world of music, and again hearing her story, she really was. It was a blessing to be able to work with her.
That is just awesome. I've seen photos of you with so many different artists in the last couple of weeks coming up on Facebook. I know you saw Adam Brand. You've already worked with Gina Jeffries, so you've already had such a large amount of artists. Was there someone that you hadn't met before that you were just really excited to meet?
I was really excited to meet. I loosely met Lynn Botel once or twice, but it was really nice. She's the main director, so it was really good to work alongside her for the full 2 weeks. She's amazing. She's very talented singer, very talented songwriter, and the way she produces all the music, even all the arrangements for the Academy performances. She's very clever in what she does. But also, Casey Chambers was one of my biggest, I was hanging out to meet Casey, and so getting to spend a night with her, and we all got to sing a song each to her. So I got to sing her my favorite, "Calling Me Home," and just to hear her feedback and be around. She's such a beautiful soul.
Yeah, wow. That would have been just so exciting. You've just finished your 2 weeks in the Academy. What's something that you picked up that you hadn't picked up, that you didn't know before? What's something that stood out to you that you learnt?
I think it was good to even work with the musicians. So people like Simon Johnson and Liam Kennedy Clark, they play for a lot of the bigger names in the industry, and again with Lynn, and just seeing how they talk to the band members, how they work out arrangements, how to write a good chord chart. That was really good. The other thing was songwriting. So I came in there just wanting to get a little bit more confidence writing songs with other people. I've written a lot of songs with Gina Jeffries and Max Jackson, and they're beautiful people, beautiful songwriters, but I wanted to see how I would stand up against writing with other people outside of that comfort zone. And I got to write with Katrina Burgoyne, and even her story, she's from Downunder, but now she's based in Nashville, and she does songwriting with so many artists, and she's such a beautiful person. And we wrote a really stunning song that I'm hopefully going to release around Christmas time. So.
Wow, fantastic. Make sure you pop that on the radio program. Before we go any further, make sure you share this, because the more we share, the more it gets out there, and the more artists that we can have come in and do programs with us. So while everyone's watching along, please share and pop it on their Facebook page. What's next in Tamworth? You've obviously got your heat on Thursday. What have you got? Have you got anything coming up tomorrow?
Yeah, so today we also entered the Battle of the Bands competition through Coca-Cola at Town Hall. And then tomorrow, the same with Coca-Cola, where I'm entering the new talent competition. So today we got to perform with all the bands. So I had my Dirty Jeans crew there. And tomorrow it'll just be me and Glenn again, doing like a bit of a songwriter stint at the new talent competition.
Wow. Such a lot going on. You're going to sleep so well at the end of this 2 weeks.
I hope so.
You guys have been singing all day. Did you still want to do a song for us?
Oh, I'd love to, honestly. This is what it's about. Would love to share you one of my songs.
Well, I will let you introduce the song, and if you're ready, we'll pop the song on.
Okay, so we thought we'd start with just again last year I also was very lucky to walk away with my first award in the Northern Territory Song Awards. So I was labelled the NT Country Artist of the Year, and so we thought we'd play that song that got me that award. And it's about our beautiful country, Australia. I think we all love travelling overseas because there's so many different places you can go to. But I think we all love coming home as well. We have so many beautiful parts. We've got everything from all over the world in one spot. We've got like the desert, we've got the beaches, we've got the mountains, we've got the snow. We're all going through the heat right now. I think even us in Darwin, I think it's cooler in Darwin than it is in New South Wales at the moment. But I think we're so blessed to live in this beautiful country, and it's right in our backyard. So this is my song, Our Own Backyard. Some people dream of Rome or Spain. romantic walks down a lover's lane, maybe Paris, but I dream closer to my home, explore out in the great unknown, maybe the Alps. It's a rich and beautiful history. There's so much more for us to see in our own backyard. It's not that far in our own backyard. Right there in your heart. Our own backyard. Some people long for a 5-star stay, and I'd take 1,000,000 any day. Under the Kimberley sky, some people want French champagne, fly 10,000 miles on an aeroplane. I like the grapevine. It's rich and beautiful history. There's so much more for us to see in our own backyard. It's not that far in our own backyard. In your heart, our own backyard. In our own backyard. It's not that far in our own backyard. No, it's not that far in our own backyard. No, it's not that far in our own backyard. Right there in your heart. Our own backyard. La la la.
That was fantastic. I jumped back in there because you cut out for a minute. I hope it didn't cut out on everybody else. It cut out on my end. So if we heard most of that song, well, I heard most of that song, and then you dropped out. But I think it was still playing on the live thing, so hopefully everyone got that. But it was fantastic what I heard. It's going again now. I think it's just in Tamworth. You guys don't. It's the internet is so hard over there. You got hot spotted, so we might have a bit of trouble tonight. But I think if we play it back, it'll be a lot better, hopefully.
Okay.
We've got Dave commented actually because a couple of weeks ago you hit number 2 on the Oz Country charts.
Yeah,
which was fan requested and voted. So you got to number 2 on our charts. Well, My Bet's on Love was the song that was number 2.
Yeah, that's my latest release. So we just put that out in November, and thanks to you guys, it's been getting some generous airplay, and there's a few other radio stations that have been really supportive, and it's just really humbling to know that people out there are liking my music and listening to it.
It's fantastic. What's after Tamworth? What have you got coming up this year?
Oh, well, I think as soon as I get back, I'm walking straight back into singing teaching, but also want to start planning the next release. So I'm hoping to release my next song, hopefully by June. I've got my work cut out for me straight away. So as soon as I'm back, I'll be into planning mode and getting things all organised. But I'm hoping to create a bit of a bigger event around this one and get some more good exposure around it, and we'll see where that takes us.
In June, when you go to release that, maybe we can have another Monday Night Live and we can have a bit of a chat and see how that song's going as well. Touch base with you in June. That would be
I would love that. Doug, are you going to be up in June?
I might have to make my way up to Darwin for that one.
Going to Darwin.
I just realised I haven't even introduced these guys. Sorry.
How rude.
No, I had a comment asking a moment ago who you had with you, so that was I was about to say we better introduce some people.
So this is Glenn. This is Glenn Fauna.
Hi, Glenn.
He plays music full time in Darwin, and occasionally I'm lucky enough that I get to share a gig with Glenn. But he's come all the way down from Darwin to do the festival with me, so I'm really lucky to have him here.
It's great, having a great time.
Having a great time. She's wearing you out.
Yes.
It's all good. It's all good.
He's been whinging about soft fingers. He's gone soft.
And,
I'm going to leave that one right there.
And this is Doug. So Doug and I met Doug in Darwin. He used to gig full time in Darwin. When I first joined a band, it was his band. They needed a girl to sing 3 country songs, and so I said yes. And he's been he's done some hard yards by my side for the last 10 years. I've put him through a few hoops. But he now lives in Inverell and comes to Darwin every year to help me run some crazy event that I've got on, and always comes to Tamworth with me. And yeah, he's like my big brother. So.
Punches and all.
Yeah.
You can't be too hard on them. To stay with you for 10 years, he's done pretty well. He's obviously not too hard done by.
No, it's really good because when I go up and visit Mel and go up to play music, I get a holiday in Darwin. It's one of the most beautiful places in Australia to go and visit. So I
might learn to play guitar so I can come and have a holiday up there with you.
Oh, just come. We'll just take
Robert is actually. That would be so good. You won't get rid of me. Robert has just asked, any tips for the songwriters trying to get into the industry?
I think for me personally, I've always been writing songs my whole life, but I just wanted to elevate myself that more. So I tried to get alongside a few different artists, and like getting alongside, there might be songwriting groups in your area or country music associations in your area to get in touch with. Look for some of the artists. They run workshops, like Gina Jeffries ran workshops, and that's where I went to. And I did a day intensive with her and decided that I should move to the Central Coast and got to write with her every week. And then again, keeping your eye out for songwriting competitions. The more you enter those, I've been entering talent competitions my whole life, and it's really only, I can honestly say I've barely walked away with many awards, but it's a platform that people will start seeing you constantly, and people remember you. Again, your songwriting improves the more you do it. And like I said, the academy here was invaluable. I recommend the academy is a good place to not only get some credibility, make good contacts, but just level up in your skills as well.
Absolutely, that's wonderful advice. Robert is saying that there's no country music things in his area, and that's the same with a lot of places. Robert, I guess that's one thing. It's sort of, people do travel for that sort of thing, don't they? And I suppose there's a lot of online options too, with different groups and different ways of getting advice there if you can't travel.
The CCMA have a few different groups, and like the Tamworth Songwriters Association. So some of those bigger Australia-wide country music songwriters associate, the Australian Songwriters Association. I've entered my songs into that a few times as the international songwriting competition. I think even just putting in entries all the time, every year, people will start seeing your name regularly.
Absolutely, yeah. It's how people remember that I've heard that before. And I think artists are lucky now, because back when I was younger and we used to travel for music, we used to go places, there wasn't Facebook, it wasn't in your face all the time. So now you can go and you can go live wherever you are. You can put a photo of a show, whereas you used to rely on word of mouth and things. I think now there's so many options. If you can't get to a club or do something in person, I think we're lucky now.
Absolutely. Even sending your lyrics to an artist, if there's someone that you know, or someone from an organization, and just saying, hey, I've written a song, can you critique it for me, or tell me what works about it, what doesn't work. It's a very humbling process to have your work critiqued, but it really does make you better at what you do, and you get a little bit more credibility the more that those people see your writing get better and better, and then you can start approaching people higher up the chain.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at your career, you moved to New South Wales for a few years. Was that originally for music that you moved? Is that the reason that you packed up and moved down?
Yeah, so Darwin at the time, I just finished up. Doug and I were in a band. It was the first time someone had given me an opportunity to, and showed me the ropes, I guess. I learned how to work a crowd. It was the first time someone had given me an opportunity, and I think I was about 22, 23 when that happened. And after that band broke up, I really had the confidence to say, yep, I can do this, and this is something I want to do, but I wanted to make sure that I was set up for something more permanently. So I decided to study a Bachelor of Music. And Doug was moving down to Inverell and said, why don't you come down with us? So Darwin didn't have the Bachelor of Music at the time, so I thought I'd go and study in Armidale. And I was pretty cold. I'm trying not to say a horrible word. I was pretty cold.
Oh dear.
But
that's what I
like. It was definitely my conditioning, my refining years. But I did go. Again, you're taking that step back from being up here, the people that are sought after and wanting to see you, to then a few humbling steps backwards. But it made me a better singer, it made me a better writer, it made me a bit more polished, and that led on to me being able to meet Gina Jeffries and work with her from there. So
that's amazing. That would have just been a wonderful way to move down and work with Gina Jeffries. What a great mentor she would have been.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
So how did you choose? You've obviously written, in all this time, you've written so many songs. How did you choose what to put on your EP?
I think initially, because my end game was to come back to the Territory, I was pretty much just homesick the whole time I was away, but I'd always wanted to be back home in Darwin, and I wanted to choose a set of songs that I thought the Territory would embrace, and that would kind of gave me a bit of recognition and have people remember who I was and have me back. I'd changed my stage name, is very different to who I was when I left. So I just wanted a product that Territorians could be proud of and were happy to get behind. So Calling Me Home again was the first song I'd ever written with Gina. I just had to get it out. It's definitely my homesick song, and everything I took for granted about being in the Territory. And then Nature's Lullaby is about just something a bit more earthy, like the call of the green tree frogs that you can hear echoing right before and after it rains. And even that was something that I took for granted. Every time I'd come home on my holidays and I would hear it right in the wet season. I was happy. I was happy to be sweating. I was happy. I wasn't wearing 3 layers of clothing trying to get warm. But just hearing that echoing and the sound of the green tree frogs, and I'd come home and go, oh my gosh, this is what my home sounds like. It's something that you would not even think about when you're living up there. And so I just wanted to write it. And then there's my fishing song, Throughout My Line. Of course, that's the best thing to do in Darwin. So I really targeted the people that I loved, and my family and my friends and Territorians back home with my first EP.
Wow, that's so amazing. You've had such a journey already. You've got so far to go. We've got some people requesting for you to sing Calling Me Home, actually. Rosemary has asked if you could sing Calling Me Home.
Oh, that's lovely.
I know you.
That's Arnie Rose.
You've got You've got a lot of comments coming up on here, and I can only see one or two at a time. So what we might, as I say every week, we'll pop it. We'll go through them at the end of the night, and if there's any questions, you can, if you've got time, to pop an answer in today or tomorrow. That would be great.
Yeah.
Robert said that he wrote. He said, I wrote one of my first songs and was going to send it to you or to someone else to check it out and give him some advice.
Well, yeah, go for it. I'd love to see it.
That was from Robert. So I know, are you feeling like a second song? I know you were going to do a second, but we don't want to wear you out. I've had some comments saying it didn't cut out. I could hear it most of the time. So on my end, it did cut out, but then it came back in when I clicked back across. So if it does cut out, please comment and I can come back in and try and fix it. It's just the poor connection. So we're doing our best with what we've got.
No worries.
So
that's fine. Well, should we do Calling Me Home then?
Are you happy to do Calling Me Home?
Yeah, we can do Calling Me Home. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well,
this is the song
start
of it all. It's for you, Annie Rose.
Oh, Mel. Singers,
mate.
Singers.
Sorry, everyone.
Hint to all musos watching: never let a singer touch your guitar.
Please don't put this voice through. Sorry, Glenn.
It was perfect before.
Oh, you broke it.
Like a bass beat.
I threw it all out before.
Yeah. Oh, good idea. Oh, take two.
It's still not in tune. I wanna see the golden sun sink into the water. The technicolor final curtain on the day. She shuffled some show with a warm and fiery glow. I wanna see a million stars come out to play. I long to see the painted hands on the red rock, to feel the sacred ground underneath my feet. See a storm light up the sky, rain comes to end the dry. That's the place where my heart longs to be. Into shouts, into whispers, it sounds like my favorite song. It's the wind, it's the songbird, saying I've been gone too long. Everything that I've been missing, calling me home. Oh, the Southern Highlands beauty holds me captive, mesmerizes me with the winter love, and the Diamond City lights sparkle in my eyes, but the mighty north is pulling pulling at my soul. It's a shout, it's a whisper, it sounds like my favorite song. It's the wind, it's the storm bird, saying I've been gone too long. It's everything that I've been missing, calling me home. It's a shout, it's a whisper, sounds like my favorite song. It's the wind, it's the storm bird, saying I've been gone too long. It's a shout, it's a whisper, it sounds like my favorite song. It's the wind, it's the storm bird, saying I've been gone too long. It's everything I've been missing, calling me home. Calling me home. I wanna see the golden sun sink into the water.
Mr. Glennie Urban.
Glennie Urban.
Wow. That was fantastic. That was much better. It was cutting in about the sound a little bit, but we could hear the whole song. That was just fantastic. And you had so many lovely comments coming up. People just loved it.
Oh,
awesome, guys.
Thank you.
And your Auntie Rosemary said, yay, it's my favourite. She's very happy. You're in the good books.
Oh, thanks for listening.
Nick said that was great, thanks. And Robert he loves this song too. So he's shared it to your Facebook page and a few other pages. So thank you, Robert.
Thanks, Robert. Really appreciate it.
I always intend to sort of not go over half an hour because I know you guys are always so busy. And again, I think tonight we've gone well over half an hour and taken up a lot of your night.
Oh, it's fine.
Thank you.
It's been an honor talking to you. Thank you so much.
And it's just so great to hear from you, and I can't wait to see what this year brings for you guys. It's just going to be huge after the academy. You've started it out incredibly, so it's just going to get better from here.
Thank you.
I can't wait. So please, when you release another song, send it through to us so we can play it. And if we would love it if you could join us again when you've got your next single coming out, and we can have another chat and
absolutely.
Share it around.
We'll find a perfect Darwin backdrop for you.
I'll be there. I've got so many I was watching everyone in Tamworth, and I'm coming next year no matter what. I do need to win Lotto because I've got Groundwater and I've got Tamworth and Gympie. There's so many that I'm coming to now. If you need somebody to work for you, sing out.
Real.
We've got a message here from Esther. She's written, you guys have made my night, thank you.
Oh, that's my cousin. Thanks, Esther.
Really?
Yeah.
You're related to everybody out there.
I'm just related to half of Australia, so.
There's so many people on here. So pop your tour dates up on our Facebook page so people know when you're coming anywhere to the towns near them, and we can share it around for you.
Awesome.
And everybody keep requesting, because the more you request on the radio program, the more that it will climb on the charts. So that's the best way to do it. And next week we've got Carl the bartender is going to join us next week after Tamworth is finished up, and I wonder how much energy they're going to have after guitars and everything. But they're going to join us on Monday night, so that'll be great.
And I just want to say thank you to everyone listening, and just make sure you do support this radio station, Oz Country. They're really working hard to promote indie artists in the industry, and it's really important for people starting out like myself. And even I've got friends like Danny Young and a few others, and it really gives us a platform to be able to be heard across Australia, which it's quite hard in this industry, especially now with all the live streaming. So I've just been really grateful for it, and I just hope everyone can share this wonderful radio station and get behind it.
Absolutely. It's wonderful to see that everyone's helping people. I think that was always the aim of Oz Country Down Under, was to help artists and to show people new music, because I don't think in Australia, I think although we've got all these platforms, I don't think people realise the talent we have in this country. So it's just such a great way for people to get out there and hear it. So thank you so much. And Rosemary, she's back to work. She was listening to you in her break.
Excellent. I've got to come cook her dinner next week, so.
Oh. And she can pop her request in. You can't really say no when you're live, so anything you want, you can pop in there now, Rosemary.
Just remember, it's
you can't really say no. You start.
I'm cooking next week, though.
Well, thank you, guys. We will see everybody next week. I'm sorry about the internet. It's just one of those things, and I think Tamworth is so busy that I think it's just great that we got it to work in general. So we'll see you all next week. See you next time. Bye.
Big love to you all. Bye.
Thank you.